Hello everybody, it's Elena. This is a video response for the Snippet Roll challenge hosted by JuneAngelPews. I will link down below two videos by her, because the first is all about the challenge, and the second one is a video that changes the guidelines a bit. So please watch both of them and go over to her channel, because she's a wonderful crafter and she does amazing things. Here is my snippet roll. It's the first time I've ever made, and I've used this beautiful big spool. It is, I think I've mentioned before, that hardware store that on Christmas time sells trims. So I bought this spool and many others with, they had 10 meters of trim and the price was very reasonable. So I've used this and a strip of very sturdy cotton, which is piqué. I kept all the colors neutral, because that's what June asked. And here it is. So first of all, well, I had to glue the beginning of the snippet roll because the wood is very sturdy, so I couldn't cut a slit into it and insert this part. I've used a school glue. And then I started adding embellishments. Everything is made with running stitches, so it is very easy for June to take them apart. And the back, first let me show you the back. I've stitched this beautiful white delicate trim, I hope you can see it because it's white on white, all along the strip of piqué. And I've used running stitches here too, so she can snip the thread and use this in some project. And what I put on this side is an avocado dyed flower, and then two leaves I crocheted in pink, and they're kept in place with a stick pin. Then I've sewn some pearls and some pieces, well, let me show you this way, and some pieces of a trim head, a pale pink pearlized button, and then appliques one on top of the others. And you can see this is a wedding applique, this is another kind. I made a flower, a crochet flowers, to which I added some flat back center. And then this is a square doily. And I've also sewn some glass beads. Sorry, just a moment, there's a kitten here and he's trying to make a mess. Okay, so this is another piece of one of my trims, and I cut it in the shape of an applique. This is a shabby flower I bought, and it's from a stash, but it came from a strip of shabby flowers. And then a piece of a doily. This is a vintage one, I didn't make it. Then another little applique, some little flowers, a stick pin that keeps another wedding applique in place, and here is a piece of pale pink organza, and some more trim, some more pearls. There is here underneath, there's a piece of from a curtain, and two flowers with a pearl in the center. And then some elasticated trim in a very pale pink, another flower I crocheted, some genuine vintage trim here. Some things are sewn, some are kept in place with a stick pin, And here is another piece of tree my avocado dyed, 2 leaves I tea dyed, no, 3 leaves, and then 2 crochet leaves I made. And to keep everything in place, well, I roll it up, trying not to squash everything. And I keep it quite loose because I don't want to squash, like I said, all the things here. And to put it in place, I've used, let me find it, a stick pin, which is not altered, so she can do it if she likes to. And I tied everything using this bow, going from one hole in the spool to the next, to the opposite one. I didn't alter the spool because at first I thought of putting some paper on both sides, but then I wanted it to have a shabby look. And also June can alter the spool if she wants. I just added this, which reads "Made with Love" by Elena the Gargoyle, but this is just paper, so she can cover it or she can take it away as she wish. And like I said, I tied. This is all to be tied this way with some organza ribbon, and she can reuse it too, as it is not glued, it's just threaded through the holes. Then I made a little satchel, I think, because it is more of a little sack than a pouch, to put the snippet roll inside. And here it is. So I cut 2 big circles, one of this from this very beautiful, it was a garment, it's a very beautiful baby pink cotton, and another circle from this material. It is a bedspread I bought exactly for crafting, and it is made of something like cheesecloth. It's all ruffled, and I love the texture. I will cut, of course, some pieces to add in some projects or to make some flowers. And I wanted to sew everything with my sewing machine, but even though the fabrics together are not thick, I had to double the hem so that a ribbon could go through, and this fabric creates some lumps, and so I broken one needle of the sewing machine, and then I decided to hand stitch everything. And the little sack closes like this, and of course I will have to sorry, I've forgotten before making the video, I will add 2 big pearls here and here, so the ribbon won't slip again in the hem of the little bag. And the snippet roll goes in here, so we'll tie it like this, and here is the little bag with the snippet roll inside. Then I made one last thing, because obviously June asked for the details of the crafters sending in their entries, and I decided to put a little letter, a little note in this fabric postcard. Let me show you the back first. It's formed of paper by La Stamperia. It is a very delicate pattern, and I added this wide crochet lace to form a pocket, and I lined every side just with some flat back pearls. On the front I've used the fabric of mixed linen and cotton, and I had to use the paper on the background because if I used felt it would be all floppy and horrible. To make it, I kept it simple. I've used two genuine vintage doilies that came in the doily bundles sold by Fiona, one on top of the other. In the center there's this cabochon with the image of this lovely vintage lady, and I made a cluster of mulberry flowers here in one corner. I added a resin piece here, and 3 strands of tiny beads to form a little dangle, sorry. And on the other corner I put 2 flowers, and then this gorgeous tassel. I didn't make it, it is very beautiful and chunky in a cream color. I found a pack of 6 of them in a DIY store that sells all the necessary things to hang curtains and to embellish curtains. And so I will put my note and little letter on the back, and this is it. I hope June likes what I made for the challenge, and thank you all very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.